What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And I know you're probably wondering, yeah, I got my hair did. I'm kidding. You notice I shaved the beard off. It was getting too hot. It was unbearable with mask, and I wore a mask 8 hours straight at work, and I could not take that anymore. It was itchy, it was bothering me, so it had to go. As you notice, we're at a new filming location. I tried coming here a couple of times, and to be honest, it was too windy. As you can tell, there's no trees around or buildings really, to block the wind. But today is a decent day out, and we got Reaper right here. And I know, you probably noticed, yeah, I lost the screw, but you know what? The crooked pony kind of looks good anyways. Righty guys, so a few people wanted me to make a video on this, private messaged me, and he said, can you do a video on pros and cons of the 1999 to 2000 Mustang GT or V6? This goes for both, and this actually goes for all 99 to 04 Mustang models. I mean, not every con is for each one, but you'll see. And we all know this body style is far from perfect, but it is a good platform to start off with Mustangs. And if you're looking to get a Mustang, here's some of the cons. So let's start with under the hood. There's a few cons under here, and I don't have those cons anymore, but I will show you what the common cons are. So in 99 to I think 2000 Mustang GTs have a problem with the intake manifold. I couldn't talk right. I was getting distracted by a freaking motorcycle. Yeah, there's a common problem with these cars from only 99 to 2000 is the intake manifold. Clearly, I don't have the stock intake manifold on here at all, but the alternator on a stock GT is right here, and there's a bracket right here, and there's this cross member on the intake manifold that is completely plastic. And when you get to high RPMs and hitting the rev limiter, that bracket, which is right here over top of the intake manifold, will pull down, and it will cause the intake to crack, and you will lose all your coolant, and yes, you will need a tow. Do not drive it home. No coolant equals means burning the motor. No. Believe it or not, I've had that happen to me twice. I've broken 2 intakes. You're wondering, why did I put another plastic crossover intake on it? Well, my buddy gave me his other plastic one, the first one that broke, for free. So I was trying to baby it, but then I got my N2B 2-step, so I was trying to get to work, and it didn't work when I went to test it, and I hit the rev limiter and it cracked. So I got smart this time and paid the money and got the metal crossover piece, intake manifold. But now I clearly don't need that anymore because I got the supercharger. And this is more of a pain and more expensive con, in my opinion. If you are good with working on cars, this won't be an issue with you. But I think it's the 99 to 03 or something like that. They did change the heads on these cars, but most of these motors have not many threads for the spark plugs. And that means after a while, not every single one of these cars do it, but it does happen. It happened to me. They will throw a spark plug, and typically when they throw a spark plug, the threads are gone. You can't just screw it back in. So there's a few options you can do to fix that. One, I'm going to start with the most expensive option, which is replace that whole head. And that is more of a hard option because you have to tear everything out. It's really, you might as well go with trick flow heads at that point. The second most expensive option is to get the time circ kit, which costs $250, but it comes with all 8. So if you throw any more spark plugs, you'll have all 8 to burn through. So if you go through all 8 spark plugs, you are set. And this does give you more threads, I believe, so it will never happen again. And the least expensive, and I do not recommend this at all, I've heard horror stories, is a helicool. So helicool is pretty cheap, it's easy to do, it's a good temporary if you order new heads and you still want to drive the car, but I do not recommend running it forever because helicools will eventually blow back out, and once they blow back out, you're done. You have to get a new head. You can't get the time circ kit, the head is completely done, you can't make any more threads, it is toast. So I would use your money and get the time circ kit. So me and my pap did the time circ kit. It's a little tricky, took a little time consuming, but if you know how to do it, it is worth it. There's plenty of videos out there to show you, and there's instructions. It works on the 5.4 Tritons and 4.6 Tritons in the trucks because they have the same issue, but it's not that hard. But you can also pay shop. That will cost a little bit more money. It all depends how comfortable you are doing it. And obviously, one more con under the hood is the power. Yes, it is a V8, but it is a slouch of a V8. Its V8s are slow from the factory. I think on the dyno they push 220 horsepower and 250 to the crank, and yeah, they are not the fastest. but they are fun. They do sound good. Okay, we are done with that. And another con, in my opinion, the visibility with the headlights in these cars are not the greatest. And you're going to say, well, obviously mine are smoked. No, I'm talking about even from factory. But you can get LEDs, and you're going to say, oh, you're going to blind people. Okay, but do you want to see though? So that's one good way to see where you get retrofits. But like stock headlights with like regular bulbs are not the best. That's why I got the Cobra bumper with LED fog lights, and they work out pretty good. It helps a little bit. And this is for people that leave their cars out in the weather. Not all of them do this, but I've seen a few. Is this will rust up here under this window seal, and it will cause water leak into your headliner and drip into your steering wheel. It's no fun, but clearly this happened to me, and the only true way to fix it is to take the windshield out and, you know, grind it all off, grind all the rust, and braze it. And yeah, it's a little bit expensive, but you know, that's the best way to do it. So yeah, this does happen to some cars. So if you don't have this problem yet, don't let it happen. Keep it covered. And another one of my cons that I've had issues with is behind this door is a trim piece that has a plug in it that tends to fall out sometimes. Then this will get loose and make a whole bunch of noises. I haven't worried about fixing it yet because it doesn't bother me too much. I just push it back down and it's good to go. And if you are buying a completely bone stock new Edge, the ride height is definitely a con. These things are a monster truck, and the back is actually stock ride height. The front isn't. But here is what the back ride height looks on 18-inch wheels. And 18-inch wheels with a thicker tire does make up the difference. Right now it's not too bad, but when you have the stock wheels, they're 17-inch. Sorry, my phone went off. It's horrendous. And the front's even worse. But like I said, just imagine the wheel gap being up to here instead of down here. And these are cut springs, by the way, so don't judge, but they do work. I've had them for 2 years and no problems. And if your car has a spoiler on it, I hate to say it, but if you take it off, you're gonna have the ring of death of paint. It leaves this freaking ring around there, and some of them's bad or worse than others. Mine's not so bad. I buffed and completely brought the crap out and I got rid of most of it. But yeah, but most of them you can't get rid of, but there will be like a black ring around there that's a pain to get off. Most of the time you just have to respray the trunk. Now, any true New Edge fan knows this cons is in the interior. The interiors are made like extremely cheap. So another con is that passenger right there. So my girlfriend has a Mustang and she has her fair share of a rough interior. It's not rough, but a few pieces broken. They're cheaply made, and I don't know why Ford went so cheap on it, but her piece is cracked right here. Mine isn't, obviously, but the vents tend to break easy. It's just super brittle. I mean, like, look, this pulls right out. And yeah, these interiors are made very cheap. Okay, and another one, this is for you tall guys. It's like 7 foot. When your seat's all the way back, to me, I'm a short guy. It doesn't bother me. But when you have to have your seat all the way back, the shifter is a reach. Like right now for first gear, my arm is fully extended. The shifter sits up high. But for me, like I said, it doesn't bother me. I don't have to lean forward or anything. It's actually perfect for me right now. But for you guys, some of you that are tall have to lean forward to reach it. And that can be a pain, but the good thing, the shifters are made notched like that, so they give you the extra leverage. But yeah, if you're short, you're good on this one. You don't have to worry about it. And also for you 99 to 2000 guys, you know the cup holders are pushed forward more. The whole center console has been redesigned after 2000. But yeah, you know, if you have early 2000s, yeah, your shifter's going to hit the cup because it's up to here. But I swapped mine out, so I don't have to worry about that. But if you have a 1999, shut up phone. If we have a 1999 to 2000, you know, you're going to struggle, even in the 90s, but we're talking about the 99 to 04, of course. But the front cup holder with the manual in those years are completely useless. And my girlfriend pointed out another con is the space in the back seats. There is no space, and if you're taller, like even our height, we're short. Our heads hit up here in the very back, and yeah, you can definitely not fit a tall person back there very well, but you can. It's just not gonna be a comfortable ride. And another pain is the seatbelt retractors inside this panel tend to go bad and knot up to where you can't pull these out. They get stuck, and you're screwed unless you take this off and try and untie it, or just buy a whole new retractor, which most people buy the new retractor. They're made a little bit better. But yeah, I fixed mine and I haven't had an issue with it since. But these seatbelts can be a pain, and that is a major problem with these cars, that super common. So yeah guys, that is the pros, not pros, I didn't even say pros yet, that's gonna be another video. That is the cons of the new Edge Mustang 99-04, and yes, some of these are problematic, but they're not too hateful. So I showed you the cons that I know of and that I've had, the problems that I've had, but yeah, they're not too bad. It's just mainly cosmetic stuff, except for the intake manifold and the spark plugs. The rest of it is just cosmetic crap. Alrighty guys, I promise you, fun car meet vlogs will be coming back soon. I am going to be getting my COVID vaccine, I think within May or April. As soon as I get that, I'm going back out to meets and things are going to get fun and hectic again. There's going to be some track videos. Things are going to be fun, and next week's video, next Tuesday's video is going to be pretty interesting. It has something to do with my girlfriend, and you guys don't know what's coming, but I'm pretty excited for myself, and it's going to be awesome. So make sure you subscribe and turn on those post notification bells. Alrighty guys, so enjoy these exhaust clips. After the exhaust clips, I'm going to the end of the video. So guys, like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys in the next one.